You should use these 5 magic words.
Range Wilson, fitness, comedy, life. The truth about fitness.
This video is mostly for people who are new to weight training. If you're an experienced weight trainer, you may want to watch this video anyway. It never hurts to review the key strategies for gym survival and etiquette. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that you have never trained with weights. In that case, the first step is to choose a gym. I recommend you focus on 3 criteria when you are picking a gym. The first is equipment. You want to find a place that's large and is crammed full of all kinds of different equipment. That gives you the best chance to find the equipment that will work well for you personally. Also, it minimizes the chance that you'll end up with 3 or 4 people waiting for the same piece of equipment, which is always a hassle. The second criterion is atmosphere. I'd recommend you find a place that has a balance of muscleheads and normal people. Now, I'm no fan of muscleheads, but their presence in a gym does indicate that it has a serious atmosphere. If it's all normal people, it's probably more of a spa-like atmosphere, where people fool around with the machines, but serious effort is frowned upon. On the other hand, if it's all muscleheads, then it's going to be so unpleasant that you won't want to go there. So find a balance, somewhere in between. The third criterion is accessibility. Is the gym close by your residence or your workplace? Is it open extended hours so that you're not restricted in your workout times? Because it's very important that you get to the gym every time. I'll have more to say about this in a future video, but you have to make it twice a week, every week, if you want to make any progress. And remember, there's no law against belonging to 2 gyms. Maybe one is near your workplace and the other is near your residence. Or maybe you signed a long-term contract at a gym that is not meeting your needs. In that case, that money's gone anyway. Do not hesitate to join another gym if there's any way you can afford it if you're actually going to use that new gym. Once you've selected a gym, it's time to actually work out. The biggest obstacle to getting a good workout is other people. Here's the mindset I recommend when it comes to other people. These people are not your friends. They are not your companions as you all journey towards the magical land of fitness. They are simply obstacles to be managed and avoided. Now that might seem harsh, but the truth is most people in the gym are simply wasting their time. Do not let them waste your time. You are under no obligation to listen to their stories or listen to their advice or to help them with their workouts or to give them advice. You are there to get through your own workout as quickly and efficiently as possible. Now, what often happens is somebody is using the equipment that you need. If they were only doing 1 set, which is the intelligent approach, this would not be a big deal. But they're usually doing multiple sets, and they just sit there on the equipment in between sets, and you have no idea how long they're going to be there. In that situation, you can ask to work in. You should use these 5 magic words. I only have 1 set. Even the most antisocial people can't really object to you only using the equipment for 1 set. And if they do, don't argue. Just go do something else, or just stand there and stare at them until they finally finish. If somebody does let you work in, which they usually will, you should try and remember the settings on the machine and the weights that they're using, and put those back to those settings when you are done. Another situation that often arises is somebody tries to reserve a piece of equipment, maybe by putting a towel on it or a water bottle or something like that. Usually in that situation, I go do something else or I wait a couple of minutes to see if somebody shows up. But sometimes even after you wait a couple of minutes and you end up moving that thing out of the way, somebody comes rushing over from the other side of the gym yelling, "Hey, I'm supersetting!" or some such nonsense. In that case, again, don't argue. Simply use the magic words. Say, I only have one set. What would be a good time for me to do it? And again, most people will work with you to figure something out. If you do have to substantially change the order of your exercises because the gym is too crowded, you should work the larger muscles first before you work the smaller muscles. You should do the legs, then the chest and back, then the arms, and finish up with the midsection. Otherwise, if you work the smaller muscles first, they might give out when you then try and work the larger and stronger muscles. Another challenge can arise when somebody asks you to spot them. That means you help them with whatever ridiculously heavy weight they have decided to use. I recommend that you simply decline their request. Just say, sorry, I'm not comfortable with that. That's what I do. Because otherwise, you're putting yourself and them at risk with all that heavy weight for no reason. These people are not your friends. Remember, that should be your mindset. You're just there to do your own workout. As far as the equipment itself, there are various adjustments to the various machines, and I won't try to explain them all here. Just make sure to figure out which settings work best for you. Probably write those down and use them every time you use that particular piece of equipment. Another challenge can be that sometimes the increment in weights is too large for you to maintain that ideal repetition number of 9 to 12. Many gyms have smaller weight increments, 2.5 or 5 pound weights, that are contoured to fit on top of a weight stack. You should use those if they are available. Or you can use the 2.5 and 5 pound barbell plates and use the hole in the middle to pin them right to the weight stack. Now for dumbbells, it gets a little more complicated. Sometimes there's a real big jump between the dumbbell weights and there's no way to really get anything in between. In that case, you can compromise a little bit on that repetition number that you're aiming for. What I'll do is go up to 15 repetitions on the lighter weight before I bump it up. And then with the heavier weight, I might only get to 8 repetitions the first few times I use that weight. The 9 to 12 repetitions is a useful guideline, but it's not written in stone. You can tweak those numbers a little if there's no other good option. Now there's all other kinds of advice I can give you, but you should be able to figure out just about everything else on your own. If you do have any questions, leave them below in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. For now, I'll close with one final principle. Do not give unsolicited advice. You are not there to tell other people what they are doing wrong. You are there to get your own workout done. And if they ask you for advice, I recommend that you send them to this channel. Now, I'm not saying that just to try and get more viewers. I'm saying that because it's very difficult to explain the intelligent approach to weight training while you're standing there in the gym. I don't even try and do it myself. Not that I get asked very often. I keep a low profile in the gym. I get in there, I get my workout done, and I get out of there. I recommend that you do the same. Like this video if you liked it. Share on social media. Leave a comment below with any questions or concerns. And most importantly, subscribe. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.